Hello. The name I have is Elijah. And I guess I get to tell you the life story I have. So, mom and dad I have, they met, they had the older brother I have, and then me. But essentially, I have four siblings in the family. I have an oldest brother, Ethan, which is a half brother. I have the full brother, Benjamin, and then a half sister named Armistice. And then I have step brothers, a step brother, and step sisters after a period of moments in the life I have. So, anyway, I'm born June 19th, 2000 AD at 5:25 p.m. at Oklahoma City Mercy Hospital. So I get born, and already the parents I have are, well, the sister I have got born, and she's a half sister, not the same dad. So events occur. So mom cheats on dad, gets pregnant, has a kid, and then for some reason dad comes back and decides to have me. So anyways, I come out, and parents are already like in the process of getting like a divorce. Like their arguments are already getting fucking worse, fucking by fucking birth. Anyway, the first place I go to is a house that is the grandmother I have, Sandra Rickard. And she comes from an era in which it was okay to drink and smoke as much as you liked. So, cigarettes, chain fucking secondhand smoke from like the day I fucking like the first month or like 2 months of the birth I have. Maybe I got oxygen that wasn't secondhand smoke. But, anyways, so I'm there, and then eventually, I'm getting like raised up, you know, like a couple months old or whatever, 1 years old, two maybe. Uh, the dad I have decides to grab a pillow while I'm just like sitting on the couch as like a 1, 2 year old. I'm like watching TV or whatever. I don't know what's going on, or I'm just like looking around. He grabs a pillow and he suffocates me. And then I I went into the crevice of the couch to try to like find like some breathable pathway while he was putting a pillow over the face I have. So after that happened, he stops and lets the pillow go. And then he walks off thinking that he can just like tell the mother I have that, I rolled on like my face and like I suffocated. I didn't know I was like 1 year old or whatever. That's what I guess his plan was. Anyway, long story short, mother hits father, father hits mother, physical, and then divorce occurs. Anyway, staying with dad. Uh, Dad starts to smoke marijuana. Not that he already wasn't before. Uh, okay. So at this age, kind of gets pretty rough actually. So occurrence one, the father I have gets robbed because he decides to let people in. You know, complete free will of choice in that fucking moment. Anyway, long story short, I'm like a 1, 2 year old having a motherfucker point like a fucking shotgun and a fucking handgun in like the face I have, just because I'm crying because I don't know what the fuck's happening. I just know like some dude just like asked to go use this fucking phone, and some dude barged in with a gun, and now I got a gun in the face I have. Anyway, I remember blacking out, and then occurrence two. That's probably due to occurrence one actually. Occurrence two. I'm in the bath with the brother Benjamin I have. Thank God got us it. He's at least decent enough not to do anything harmful to me while I'm doing, bathing techniques or whatever. Anyway, so I'm in there as like a 1, 2 year old, fucking playing with toys or whatever, and then a cop barges into the apartment we have, and without a warrant or anything, he barges in there and essentially detains the dad I have, and then goes into the bathroom and just like stands there. He just looks at the both of us. I don't know if anything happened, but it is a memory that is definitely like locked fucking shut in the head I have. It's like I don't know what happened that day. Anyway, I get taken in a squad car with the brother I have to foster care. Parents are divorced by this time. So, in foster care for like 4 to 6 months. I went to, I think, one or two houses. I'm pretty sure it was two. The first place I went to, it was a facility that had a bunch of like people there. I remember it was like a orphanage. And in the room I was in, it was a stained glass window and then a bed to the left and a bed to the right. It had one of those like you can see it in like the movie Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull. Anyway, it's in like the library, one of those like green like lamp things. It had like two of them. Anyway, they said this is your home now, Elijah. I, they said these are all your brothers and sisters, Elijah. Uh, we're family here or whatever, but you're not related to them. But just stay safe. So I was at first place, and then paperwork got like figured out. So there was like a woman that was like, "All right, I'll take him to like actual like house instead of like an orphanage, I think." And then it was a nice woman. Apparently, the mother I have, she got to visit, and apparently she was a hairstylist, I believe, or at least highly known hairstylist. Not too sure. Anyways, the grandmother I have eventually signs up to eventually become a guardian to get me, along with the brother I have. So we go back to the grandma's house and stay there until um like 4.5, 5 years old. Between the age of 2 and 5, it's the most beautiful days I could ever recount in the life I have. It's really haven't had any that have even come close to those days. So the oldest brother I have, Ethan, and then Ben are Mrs. and me. So I'm the youngest. And for the most part, it's, I'm like 2, 3, 4, 5 again, like that little section. Essentially, it's just me getting raised by a person that wants to basically make me into like a king or an emperor. Like I'm like talking like fucking I get fucking what? they had a they had a paddle, like an actual like a sorority like paddle type shit. And if it wasn't that, it was like flicks to the head. But I only got flicks to the head because I like touching things in grocery stores because I like tactile feels. So, or at least feeling things. So, I guess I know how to. Basically, if I needed to, I could have like at least a dinner or at least decent lunch with like a king or a queen of like any country place. So I was like, okay, I definitely consider the grandmother I have more of a mother than the mother I have. A lot more, actually. Anyway, the sister I have, she occasionally beats me and does weird stuff occasionally. She's there periods of the year or she's there sometime. I'm not too sure. I just know that I'm just there and whatever. I'm gonna try to look outside with the bees. So essentially, I live a decent to mundane life other than being placed in various amounts in danger when it comes to going really fast in a car. But apparently that's what I like asked. So, yeah. The mother I have visits for like a day or two every like year just to remind me that she's there and like put more like psychological fucking damage. So I become 5 years old or 4.5, and I'm allowed to live with the mother I have with the siblings I have. Like all the other siblings, they decided to leave, so I was basically just alone there at like 4. At like 4 years old, I was just there alone. Maybe not. I'm not really too sure, but I'm pretty sure. So the mom I have decides to find someone, new stepdad, Daniel Green. They get married in Las Vegas or whatever. He's a person in the military. He's done like a tour of duty, so he comes back with PTSD. So while I'm the age of 4.5, 5 years old, the mom I have is working at a hospital, and every time she comes back, she fucking buys gallons of fucking bleach and uses a half gallon of bleach and just cleans the entire fucking house while we're inside sometimes. She just do it randomly. Like over compulsive, like fucking germaphobe levels of fucking like bleach. I'm fucking serious. Like toxic fucking, like I passed out like a lot. No, anyway, it's Fort Drum, but we're living at or Fort Hood in Texas. We're living in a apartment complex. I don't know which one. I just know that it exists. Anyway, brothers are going to school. I think I'm going to like kindergarten or pre-K. That's pretty cool. Some weird things happen while I'm going to school. Like, so one day, like, I got a bloody nose, and the bus driver saw, and then he was like, "All right, we gotta get these people off the bus like as soon as possible, because I don't want to like much blood from this 5-year-old fucking kindergartner or pre-K fucking kid." So I get home early. Mom's like, "All right, whatever, bloody nose, fucking put tissue in." Fucking, that happened. So the next day, I go to school, and this kid's random person I don't know sits next to me and says, "Can you make my nose like how your nose was yesterday?" I was like, "I don't know how my nose was yesterday," and I remember him slamming my fucking head into the glass like 4 fucking times. It was like a fucking it was like a second, third grader. And I just remember getting home and just crying and going to sleep and then waking up and then getting beat by the sister I have and then going back to sleep. I eventually get to the point to where I walk around the apartment complex decently, I guess. By the way, by this point, I already broke both of the legs I have because the dad I had while I was 1, 2 years old decided it's a good idea to put me on some fucking jungle gym bars. He just like I'm talking like full fucking grown out. He didn't even want to fucking find like anything fucking lower to the ground. So he lets me fall, so I break both the legs I have as like a 1, 2 year old. So I have scars from that. So anyway, back to the glass thing. Eventually, like his little brother comes to sit by me and tries to do the same thing that his older brother did. And I remember it was the first time in the life I had where I felt anger. I remember slamming his face into the metal. I didn't want it to be the glass because I remembered his older brother slammed my face into the metal one time. So I was like, that one fucking hurts more. So I fucking just slammed the shit out of him. And then I just like went home. I didn't talk about it. No one brought anything up at school. No counselors. Like I didn't. He didn't talk about it. The older brother didn't talk about it. They left me. Everyone. I kind of just like sat alone on the bus. So eventually, walking around. Occasionally, I hang out with the brother I have, Benjamin's friend's little brother. So he's found a friend, apartment complex. They have like cool like GameCube, like PS2, like game. They got like some cool shit when it comes to video games during that era, which is like early 2000s. So I'm hanging out with his little brother. Whatever, we're friends, and then I go home, and then I open the door. The mom I have is like, Elijah, can you go get your sister from next door? Just knock on the door and just ask. I say, okay, what's the number? Or I don't fucking, what, 4D? Just tell me fucking 4D what? I can remember that. So anyway, I go over, I knock on this door of this man. He has a daughter, and this half sister I have, our mistress, is in there. He's like, they're playing in there. Give them like 5-10 minutes. If you want, like, you can come inside. I can give you something to drink or eat. I was like, okay. So he offered me a mayonnaise sandwich. So I say, okay. I've never had one, but since I'm like young, like I'll try one. So I eat it. The grandmother I have while I was younger, she would make cheese sandwiches, so I know what mayonnaise tasted like. So this person's a pedophile, and so he jerked off into like a mayonnaise jar or whatever, and he gave that to me to eat. Anyway, I get the sister I have. We go back over. I was like, whatever. The mom I have was like, how was it, Elijah? I was like, I just asked to get our mistress, and he offered me a mayonnaise sandwich. It tasted kind of weird. Think about that. Fuck. How overlooked do you think that's just gonna be, that mayonnaise sandwich? It's a fucking mayonnaise sandwich. Anyways, I get told to go over there 3 more times. The second time I go over there, he offers me another sandwich. This time he puts his dick in the sandwich and shoves it into my mouth. He said, "Close your eyes. Close your eyes. Open your mouth as wide as you can go." So I do. So I'm choking. I'm like, "What's that?" He was like, "Oh, it just went down the tube." So I'm like, "Okay, that's funny." So I get the sister, go back home, tell the mom I have, same. I just choked on a sandwich. Anyway, I go back home, and for the most part, I think I just watch TV and like eat, and then like just go to sleep, and then have nightmares. Anyway, next time I go over there, there's no sandwich. He just shoves his dick in the mouth I have. So, mom asked what happened. I, different kind of sandwich this time. I was like, I didn't really like it. At that point, I was crying. She said, "You're just tired, Elijah. You just need to go take a nap." So I go over there again, and it's his daughter, the sister I have, me, and just like him in like the living room. And he offers us all sandwiches into the kitchen, or at least just me and his daughter. I'm not sure if the sister I have was there. I don't, or half sister I have. I don't. I just remember the sister I have distinctly told me a few times, "Don't tell mom. Don't tell mom." I didn't know what was happening. She said, "I like it. Don't tell mom." So I'm being forced to give a blowjob, and then he takes the shorts I have off and anally penetrates me. I get back home. I can't sit. I'm like, I'm like laying on like this side I have. This is why. This is why I can like sit on the side I have in a feminine way. I can I can do more, but it's whatever. So anyway, I go back home. I tell mom I have my butt hurts or whatever. She just assumes I have to poop or whatever. So I go into the bathroom and I can't poop. So that's whatever. Anyway, I go to bed. Stepdad wakes everyone up 2, 3 a.m. The day after I get anally penetrated by a pedophile, the day after that fucking 2 a.m., 3 a.m., get woken up, everyone in the house. Brothers and sister get woken up, even me. Apparently, someone did fucking something. And essentially, no one wants to say who did it, so being the man Daniel Green is, he decides, I'm gonna beat Elijah first. Because, he's the littlest. He's more likely to break something. Must be him. I remember getting beat with a belt for like 45 fucking minutes. I remember laying on my stomach for 2 weeks. I remember shitting blood for a week. And this is why I'm 5 or 6 years old. So eventually, I'm hanging out with brother's friend's little brother. Cool. At least something happy, right? He says, "Do you want to go in the bushes?" I said, "Why would we want to go in the bushes?" He said, "Kind of hide and seek. Watch, I'll show you a cool spot," or something like that. Like, cool. So it's like, it's sad to fucking say that it actually was a beautiful fucking little fucking bush. So it was like a perfect fucking square shrub, but within the square shrub, it was like a ball that would be like from like I Am Groot or whatever from Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't even want to fucking look at that fucking scene. Anyway, he takes his dick out and puts it in the mouth I have. I think that happens a few times. And then I go home, and then mom I have is doing the bleach thing. So she just tells me to shut the fuck up. Or shut up, Elijah, go to bed. Shut up, Elijah, go watch TV. So I do that. Eventually, eventually, the stepdad I have gets told to move to New York for military stuff. So I lived at Watertown, New York, and Philadelphia, New York. At Watertown, New York, basically, I don't think the sister I had or half brother I had was with the grandmother. I think the half brother. I'm not too sure. Is one of the other. Anyway, still pre-K or kindergarten. I think I was forced to repeat honestly during some period more than once. So I'm I'm doing the thing. The mother I have, she doesn't really do anything. She does get some of the most memorable pets I've ever had, which was a blue Russian cat named Smokey and I think it was just a calico cat named Molly, and she was very nice. Smokey was cool. Anyway, in the house that we live in, I'm getting adjusted to snow or whatever. I get beat probably at this point, not as much. If I'm, whenever like the half sister I have decides to like live with the mother I have, it's usually like the general area of like me getting beat. So I don't have any beatings or whatever. But while I'm living in Watertown, I'm going to school. And it's just like a weird like moment of like like recollection because I was so I'm climbing up the slide. It's like a slide, a tall fucking slide. Like it's a two-story slide. It's pretty cool. It's all metal. It's on the playground. It's like one of those slides where it's like, dare to go on it type of thing. So, I, I knew it was just a slide, so it's just like climb up there and then like slide down. It's not, it'll burn, but like sometimes like I'd have like the perfect clothes on just for the slide because not that many people would. But eventually it was just like everyone's like, if Elijah's doing it, like it seems pretty fun, so just walk in line. So eventually I'm climbing up the slide, and this person is behind me, and he shoves me off at the top. I remember falling and hitting this side. And I remember feeling the neck I have breaking. Although somehow I didn't die that day. So I went home. Uh, it was also a time where like they were bringing like military officials in to like do like checkups on us kids. Like they would round us all up and like send us in like groups to be go sent to this like government doctor, and we'd have to be stripped down to like bare nakedness, and we just like walking like single file line. Anyway, leaving Watertown goes to Philadelphia, New York, which that's kind of so far it's the most memorable place I have and the memory I have in terms of the year or time period of autumn. It's beautiful. It really is during autumn. Or the period where it's like fall going right into summer. Like you can get like where it's like summer going into fall, it's like warm outside, and then winter lasts for like 7 months. But anyway, I'm going to school with these other kids that are from military families, so I feel kind of fitted in. I guess I kind of feel natural there. I guess the my brother, the brother I have, Benjamin. He is going to like basically like a private school because they definitely it was a private school. I'm pretty sure he tested out of like a lot of like higher like education like necessity like courses whenever he was in elementary. So whenever he was in middle school, he kind of like he got the opportunity to skip a few times. I'm pretty sure. So there's a few times where I was with a friend and I was punished with them by their dad or mom. I was in the military, so some of them were like do 100 push-ups. That's like you're not leaving the house I have until you do 100 push-ups, boy. I'm like okay, okay. Last time I'm gonna hang out with you, friend. Your dad's fucking crazy. Anyway, long story short, the half brother I have molested me. I'm playing with a Hot Wheel car, top of the stairs, letting the Hot Wheel car down. The guardrail, or at least it was just a wooden column that comes up that allows the stairs to like wrap around. So I'm playing with the car. It's one of those like, it's really like a military style house where it's just like two houses but they're conjoined. Walls were thin but not really thin. Thin enough to like do Morse code. The half sister I have, was beating me during that time. Anyway, playing with Hot Wheel car. Half brother comes out the shower. He has an erection. What's that? Because the guy that was a pedophile in Texas, he got caught. So I just remember taking pills. I think. If not, then a lot of brain damage. Anyway, Ethan decides to shove his dick down the throat I have until I pass out and I black out. I'll wait, and it's like 3 hours have passed because fucking punched me. So for the next while, so like 6, 7, 8, 9. I think 6, 7, 8 is pretty much just like getting beat the shit out of every day, and then getting like molested by the half sister I have because she would fucking beat me and pin me down and then like rub on like the genitalia I have, or I would be forced to take a bath with her. I'd beg the mom. I'd fucking want showers alone. I didn't want. So we moved to Oklahoma, Lawton, Oklahoma, to Fort Sill, not on the base. The grandmother's house is over there. There's another grandmother and grandfather, but they don't talk much. They're related to the dad I have. And when they do talk much, they don't really explain to me that what's going on. Anyway, stepdaddy Daniel Green cheats on mom. So cheater gets cheater that cheated gets cheated on with new stepdaddy. So mom decides to go to parties and stuff like that, and drink, and I get chain smoking grandma. And since I'm older now, beatings occur. Did I mention while I was in the 2 to 5 year range, I was being force fed till I threw up? Did I mention that? Did I mention that I had the teeth I have scrubbed so fucking hard that it would rip them out? Yeah. No fucking loose tooth fucking rips out fucking teeth. Anyway, first grade, second grade, and in second grade in New York, uh, I was being taught division, but I already learned multiplication. I know for a fucking fact in first or like almost like first quarter second grade in New York, I was being fucking taught multiplication. I already learned it. I already learned multiplication. I was learning division. I fucking remember, and they made me fucking repeat the second grade, even though I was learning shit from the fucking fourth grade. Yeah. So I'm already doing shit I already did. So I'm like I'm getting A. I keep going home. A. It gets like 3, 4 months in. I'm like, I'm not doing this fucking sheet I already did like on the other side of this fucking continent. I'm not doing it. Fuck that.